Yo, what the heck is going on, everybody? It's me, Michael Game Show here, and welcome back to NHL 12. We are doing the 2016, or technically we're doing the 2015-2016 season. I can't believe this is my 5th year and the 5th video of the series doing this, and I already have a ring. I won the Stanley Cup my 2nd year as the GM of the Los Angeles Kings, which is my 2nd video of the series. And now I'm already on a new team, as this is my 2nd year with the Minnesota Wild. And as you can see from the record, last season didn't really go so well. But I really didn't expect to do much because, well, Minnesota was pretty crappy as I joined with them. So, yeah. For this season, there's not much to really say. The only thing I can really say is that I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing, just bring in some players and hopefully improve the roster. And I think this time, I think the goal is try to at least get what I got last season, or what I was supposed to, which was 36. So if I could get at least 36 wins, maybe get over, I honestly call that a successful season. But the main goal is trying to at least get 40 wins because, well, most likely if I get 40 wins, there's a possible chance I might actually make the playoffs. But due to what happened last season, I'm not sure if it's going to happen. So I don't really remember what happens a lot in that video. All I remember is just making some terrible decisions, mostly because of the free agent goalie that I tried to sign. He decided to go out to Colorado, and so I had literally no goaltending. There was literally none available that I could take. But I did eventually sign one, but he was terrible. So, yeah, as you can see, there are 2 goalies that is the top 5 free agency. Jay Marstrone or something. I don't think that's Jacob Marstrone, but we'll see what it actually is, who was the best one available, and Mike Smith. Now I'm going to try to get the top guy, but if I have to get Mike Smith, I may have to get Mike Smith. I really don't want to get Mike Smith because he's a prick, and he played for the Coyotes. So we'll see. And I think another thing I'm going to try to get is defense, because I think I need to improve my defense. I actually did like my center, because if you saw the 2 big trades I made with Colorado and Philadelphia, I got Ryan O'Reilly and Braden Shen, who are both really good players. Well, I don't know if they're programmed to be like superstars as they're known today. I don't think Ryan O'Reilly was at the time, but he definitely is nowadays. But Braden Shen definitely will become a good player later on. I don't know when he had his actual breakout season, but so yeah. And I might get a winger or 2, and I'm also going to think about trading away Devin Seneguchi and Damon Heatley because of their contracts and their age, because I'm trying to get younger players. But I might get a veteran or 2. We'll see. So yeah, there's not much else to really say. Before I go to free agency, let's go ahead and check out the awards. Alrighty then. So the Stanley Cup champion is the Montreal Canadiens. And as you can see, there has been 4 Cup champions. And when I started this series, the New York Rangers won the Stanley Cup. Then the Los Angeles Kings, which is the team I controlled, and won it. Then the Vancouver Canucks, the last season I was with the Los Angeles Kings, and then the Montreal Canadiens are the current Stanley Cup champions in the 2015 season. So let's see who is going to be the 2016 Stanley Cup champions. In real life, it was the Pittsburgh Penguins. They went on a run to back-to-back Stanley Cups. Except for the 2016 season, they looked like they had a bad start and weren't even going to make the playoffs. But then they fired their head coach, brought in Mike Sullivan, and the rest is history. Pittsburgh was just the best team in the league. Well, they weren't the President's Trophy, but they were like the best team in the playoffs, if you know what I mean. Like, everyone knew that Eastern Conference Finals matchup between the Pittsburgh Penguins and Tampa Bay Lightning was going to win the Stanley Cup. San Jose had absolutely no chance of winning that Stanley Cup, even though I was rooting for the San Jose Sharks despite me hating the Sharks. But that's because I did not want to see Sidney Crosby and the Penguins win the Stanley Cup, because I don't like Sidney Crosby. Unfortunately, the Pittsburgh Penguins won the Stanley Cup that year. Alright, and the President's Trophy winners was the Vancouver Canucks. The Clarence S. Campbell, which is the Western Conference champions, was the San Jose Sharks. Prince of Wales Trophy belonged to the Montreal Canadiens, who was the 7th seed, by the way, and won the Stanley Cup. The Art Ross Trophy belongs to Joe Fortin. Hart Memorial Trophy, the most valuable player of his team, Joe Fortin. James Norris Memorial Trophy goes to John Carlson. Lady Bean Memorial Trophy goes to Joe Fortin. Calder Memorial Trophy goes to Adam Henrique. Wait, really? Adam Henrique? A rookie in 2015? I remember they said he was a rookie in 2012, not 2015. Kind of weird, but it's a video game. I don't even know he was in the minors when this game came out. He might have been. I have to look it up and stuff. He's currently in Edmonton, for those of you who don't know. Conn Smythe's Trophy goes to Thomas Peraheke. I don't know how to actually say that. Alright. I think I remember him when he played. The Vezina Trophy winner goes to Ryan Miller, who was the greatest goalie ever to never even make it to the Stanley Cup Finals. No, not even joking. Never made an appearance. The furthest he got was the Eastern Conference Finals and lost to the Ottawa Senators. William N. Jennings Trophy goes to whoever that guy is that I'm not even going to try to pronounce. Bill Master Memorial Trophy goes to Luke Shen. Okay, interesting. I'm surprised that Luke Shen actually won something because, you know, his brother Braden Shen has a cup win. Well, so does Luke Shen. Actually, Luke Shen has 2 cup wins. With the Tampa Bay Lightning. Oh wait, both with the Tampa Bay Lightning. Frank J. Stuckey Trophy goes to, of course, Sidney Crosby. Who would have thought? Freaking Sidney Crosby. Ted Lindsay Award goes to Joe Fortin. Something Richards Trophy goes to Alexander Ovechkin. Woohoo for the 4th year in a row. Because of course, because he's the greatest number 8 of all time. Alright guys, it's time to go to free agency. As you can see, I had $14 million in cap space. So is there a way I can go to like the trade block really quick? Because I want to put Devin Setaguchi and Daniel Heatley on the trade block. Is it? Yeah, okay, there we go. Trade block. I want to go there. I want to put Devin Setaguchi and I want to put Devin Setaguchi and Daniel Heatley on there. Let me see if I can find them. I found Daniel Heatley. See, $5 million, almost $6 million. I don't know if it's possible. I mean, his trade value is pretty high. So we'll see. Yeah, like I said, look at his age. He's 34, making almost $6 million. And there's Devin Sinaguchi. He's actually younger than I thought. I thought he was in his 30s. But yeah, those are the players I'm thinking about like trading away. So, yeah. Okay, maybe it's not actually the greatest idea to trade Devin Sinaguchi. I don't know. We'll see. So let's go ahead and try to sign some free agents. Now, of course, I'm going to go to goalies first. Nope, that's not what I want. Oh, it is Jacob Markstrom. And he's 25. Oh boy. Oh my god, no way. Peter Bouai. One of the worst goalies I've ever seen in my life. I remember when he was with the Los Angeles Kings in 2017, and I freaking hated him. He was just completely awful. I remember when Jonathan Quick got injured during the opening night against the San Jose Sharks that season, and he was our goalie, and then a little bit later I realized, we're doomed. This guy sucks. Hated him. He's not even playing anymore. I think he retired or something. I mean, it'd make more sense. Alright, who else is available? Not really much of any. Do I try to risk for Jacob Markstrom because he's 25, so that means he's probably going to be a UFA? Or do I take the safe option and go to Mike Smith? Oh, there's a tough choice. Do I want to risk or do I want to play it safe? I could do both. And let's see. 4 years, $4.565 million. Let me guess, you're an RFA, are you? Yeah, I knew it. It's worth a shot. It's worth a shot. Do I want to? Okay, so I think I'll try to stay, and then if Florida decides to match the offer, I will try to go for Mike Smith or this guy. Because again, I need some goalie. Even though I don't like Peter Bouai or whatever to say his last name, because I forgot. I need someone. I could try Dan Ellis, because I remember him being okay. So, yeah. I definitely need a defenseman. Paul Martin. Pretty good. Oh, he's 34. Let me look at the defense. The two best defensemen is the T and C. Alright. So I think this is in. Oh yeah, wait, he's 35, so he's an RFA. I think I'm gonna try Paul Martin. Wait, shit. Yeah, I'll try Paul Martin. So, yeah. And then, maybe I'll sign like a cheaper guy. You know, just depth player. Jeff Petrie? Yeah, sure, I'll try Jeff Petrie. What, like $5 million? Okay. I think he wants $5 million, but whatever. And I'm gonna try a winger. So, I think Simon Gagne. Okay. Let me look at centers real quick and see who's available for centers real quick, just out of curiosity. Max Talbot. I remember Max Talbot. And what about right wingers? I'm gonna try. Of course, I'm gonna try Simon Gagne because he played for the LA Kings. I don't care what his age is. I think I'm gonna. Wait, is that RJ Umberger? Unberger? Oh, no, wait, that's not the right one. There it is. It is! Oh my god, I remember him. I remember he was in Columbus. I'm probably not going to sign him now, but if the other ones might be rejected, then maybe I will. So I think we got the players I want to like sign or try to. So let's sim and see what happens. Okay, no one's signed yet. Okay, it looks like Mike Smith has signed somewhere, so I should probably like... Oops, I did not mean to do that. Oh yes, I got Simon Gagne from the Los Angeles Kings to the Minnesota Wild. Or I don't know if he played for a different team, but we'll see. Jeff Petrie accepted my offer. Sorry, I meant to... Because the only reason why I want to sign a goalie, like a backup goalie, is just in case. Yeah, Mike Smith definitely signed, so... I'm gonna hate myself for doing this, but I'm gonna sign Peter. At least it's only 1 year, so... It just in case, like, Florida decides to match my offer for Jacob Markstrom. And if he signs, at least I have a goalie. I may have to, like, make some moves, like, to get out of the cap. But it'll be worth it. Okay, so Jacob Markstrom has decided to accept my offer, but since it's an offer sheet, it's going to see if Florida will match my offer. If they match my offer, he's going to stay in Florida. If they don't match my offer, I give them the first round pick and the third round pick for Jacob. So basically I trade for him without like officially trading. Okay. Of course I have no cap space. Man, I really need to make the trade for... Okay. I had to make some tough decisions. Because I may have to trade one of my players. Davidson Iguchi has 56 points last season. I don't know if trading him might be... I don't know if trading him is the best idea. Okay, how did Daily Heatley do? 50 points? Oh my god, who should have? I don't know if I want to trade him. It's like so hard to tell. And they had to make tough decisions. I think I could trade the Steve Ott might be the easiest person to trade because I said, let me look how he did last season. 40 points. How about him? Let's see. Nick Schultz, 31 points. Okay, I might trade him. $5 million. Yeah, I might see if... Oh, of course, Boston doesn't have enough cap space. Wait, does Boston have enough cap space for him? Oh yeah, they do. They do. Okay. You can have him. No, not Zdeno Chara. Guys, imagine Okay, no. No, I can't do it. Wait. Okay. Screw it. Let's do it 1-for-1 swap. Let's see what happens. Oh my god, there's no way. Boston actually took it. I literally did not mean to like actually do it. I was just trying to see if they would actually accept it, and they actually did. Oh my god. What am I doing to myself? Okay. Calgary. I cannot believe I actually have Zdeno Chara. Yeah, I'm gonna trade Steve Ott to. I'm gonna try to trade him to Calgary, but this time I'm not gonna go for like actual players. I'm gonna trade him for. Do you worth a second rounder? Let's see if he'll take let's take a second rounder, and we'll try a fifth. All right. Let's just have a little bit more cap space. Not much, just 5 million. So, yeah. All right, we'll see what happens next. Okay, at least I have a goalie in case Jacob Markstrom doesn't work out. Okay, well, I'm actually glad I signed Peter because Florida did match his offer, so yeah. Oh wait, I have another $7 million in cap space. I can go ahead and get another defenseman. Is Paul Martin still available? No. But this guy is. Take a look and see here. Oh, he's an RFA, isn't he? Okay, no, I'm not signing an RFA. Jake Muzzin. Gotta get Jake Muzzin. Wait, was he an RFA? Oh, he was an RFA. Is there any... Let's see, I'll sign this guy. Anyone I can sign? Ian Cole? Please tell me that you're not RFA. Oh look, I can offer another offer sheet, but only for my third round pick. So, how much? Wait, how much does he want? Only $1 million. Yeah, screw it, it's worth it. So I'm gonna get a winger. Here. Oh my god, Kyle Beach? Okay, for those of you who don't know Kyle Beach, he was one of the main victims of the Chicago Blackhawks thing that happened back in like 2010. So, and he didn't live up to the potential, but the Blackhawks like messed him up pretty badly. I won't say what happened because, well, it's inappropriate and stuff. If you want to know what I'm talking about, go look it up. It was just a lot of stupid, like disgusting things that happened. So yeah, I'm not saying Kyle Beach because he's not that good. I'll sign him. Alright. Of course, he rejected my offer and decides to go to another team. Is there any other player I can go? Like, wait, let's try left winger this time. David Moss, would you accept my offer? Alright, 2 days. Yeah, obviously. Oh! The Ducks are offering me a trade. Those 2 players for Devin Sinaguchi. Alright, let's see how these players are. $31 points. Ooh. Season stats, he has 26 points. How about that? No deal. All right. Yeah, I don't know. That was kind of steep. Oh, I got the player I wanted. The Red Wings decided not to match his offer, so that means he's going to be coming to Minnesota while I give the Red Wings my 3rd round pick. And David Moss accepted my offer. All right, cool. Let's go. I at least have a okay. I think I'm done with the off season. I think that was a pretty good off season compared to what happened last year. Wait, Paul Martin's still available. Uh-oh. Hold on. Let me see something. I have to make a trade. Ottawa. This guy? I'm trying to trade this guy to Ottawa for, I don't know, just like a 5th rounder, maybe? Did they accept it? Hold on, I'm not sure. Yeah, they did accept it. Alright. Now I can go ahead and try to sign Paul Martin because now I have the cap space for him. Because he wants $5 million. There he is, Paul Martin. Alright. Yes, I have Paul Martin. Let's go. Alright. I think I'm done with my off season. I actually like what I did this off season. Unfortunately, I didn't get the goalie that I want, but thankfully I did have a backup plan if it didn't work out. And I'm so glad I signed Peter, even though I really don't like him and he sucks. At least I actually have a goalie that can actually, like, save some pucks, I guess, compared to my goalie last year. And now my age is 29. Great. I don't know how we're going to do this season, so we'll have to wait and see. I think this was the goalie that I signed last year, and he freaking sucks. So, yeah, I'm going to put him on the trade block, see if we can get anything for him. I do have a 21-year-old goalie, but he's not going to be in the NHL for quite a while. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is sim to the preseason, or technically the regular season. So I'll see you guys there. Oh, crap. Arizona is offering me a trade. Devin Taniguchi for that guy and the second guy. Alright, let me see how... He's cheaper than Devin Taniguchi, but how did he do last season? He only had 20 points. How about him? Arizona, if you give me a first-round pick, that would be good. Okay. Yeah, that was a terrible deal. Now, come on, Devin Taniguchi is worth more than that because look at his trade value according to the game. Oh, here we go. Okay, the off season is over, and you are starting your second year with the Minnesota Wild. I'm looking forward for 36 wins, just like last year. So I hope we can choose. You made it off season. Can play. Go out there and win. All right, sir. I will try my best. It's not going to be easy, but I think we can win. Actually, the moves that I made, we could actually make the playoffs. Hey, it's your boss. I know we have to take a long-term approach to the success of this franchise at this stage. I'll be happy surprised if we even make the playoffs, but I won't be angry if you don't. So, yeah, literally what you said last year. But like I said, the moves that I made at playoffs actually might be possible. As you can see, look at the preseason. We literally swept our preseason. Won all 4 of them. I have confidence that this team can actually do something this season. Alright, looks like here's our schedule. So it looks like our first game is on the road against the Vancouver Canucks, then we go to Nashville, then San Jose. Then our first home game is against the Edmonton Oilers. Let's look at the rest of the schedule. Hey look, there's a 2 California trip with the Ducks and the Kings. Back-to-back home games against the Flames. There's the trade deadline. Looks like we'll be in Alberta during the trade deadline. Hey, look at this. The last week of March, we're playing the LA Kings, and that's it for the week. And then the very next week, we play the Detroit Red Wings, and then that's it for that week. Okay, looks like our last home game of the season is against Detroit Red Wings. And our last road game is against the Calgary Flames. Alrighty guys, it's time to get this season started for the 2015/2016 season. Now, like I said, the Stanley Cup winners in 2016 was the Pittsburgh Penguins. And how did Minnesota do in real life in 2016? Pretty good. They made the playoffs, but lost in the first round to the Dallas Stars. Also, this starts their playoff series drought because they have not won the playoff series at the time again since 2015 until about a week ago this year. It was the first time they won a playoff series in 11 years. So yeah, this is the first season that started their playoff series drought. Alright, let's see how we do to start off the season. I'll see you guys in November. And we lost our opening game of the season. Great, we won 4 straight in the preseason and then lost 2 straight to start off the season. Hey, at least we beat the Sharks. Alright, let's see how we do in our home opener against the Edmonton Oilers. And we lost. Because of course. Alright guys, to start off the month of October, the first month of the season, we're I think we had a better start to the month than we did last year. We're 5-6-1, but so let's see how we did the start of the season. We did not start very well. Had a 2-game losing streak, then beat the Sharks, and then lost to Edmonton and Montreal, then beat the Capitals. We're on a 3-game winning streak, and then lost to Nashville, then beat Ottawa, and then end off the month by losing to both Pennsylvania teams. So yeah, not really that good, but let's take a look and see how we are in the standings so far. Okay, so we're tied for last place with the Vancouver Canucks with 11 points. And Calgary has 13 points, Edmonton has 14 points, and Colorado has 17 points. So if we could just keep winning a little bit, we could catch up and take the division, but it's early in the season, so anything can happen. We have plenty of time to improve. In our last 10 games, we're 5-4-1, so better than our actual record, but it's not really saying much. We're still kind of mediocre, but I'd say we are definitely going to improve than we did last year. We're 5-4-1, so better than our actual record, but it's not really saying much. We're still kind of mediocre, but I'd say we are definitely going to improve than we did last year. Alright, so where are we in the Western Conference? We're second to last place in the conference, ahead of San Jose and behind the Los Angeles Kings, only by 1 point. Only 1 point ahead of the San Jose Sharks, but we're tied for points with the Los Angeles Kings and Vancouver Canucks. So, yeah. Other than that, there's not much else to really say. Let's go to November. Hey, look guys, today is my birthday. Happy birthday to me. I am now 11 years old at the time. Yes, we beat the Ducks. Can we beat the Kings, please? Nope, we lost to them. Alright guys, so we just ended the month of November, and we're pretty much the same as we were in October. We're 11, 13, and 4. So I guess you could argue that we're slightly worse, but I don't really know. I argue we're just pretty much the same team. So here's how we did in November. Didn't start out very well. We had a 4-game losing streak. We beat the Ducks at least, but then lost to the Kings. Then we won a game, then lost a game, then won a game, lost a game. 2-game losing streak, then won and lost. Then we're 2-2 in this week. Yeah, we're kind of just like back and forth. We'll win one game, then we lose the next game, then we win the next game, and lose the next game, like over and over again. Let's see how we are in the standings. Hey, we actually jumped up positions in the division. We're now at 4th place in our division, ahead of the Calgary Flames. And we have 26 points. We are tied for 3rd place in the division with the Colorado Avalanche. It's not really saying much. It looks like our division really isn't that good, just like last year. I mean, Vancouver completely dominated Division once December hit, I think. And the rest of our division just sucked. So let's see how we did in the last 10 games. 4-4-2. So, not great. So, yeah. We're in 12th place in the Western Conference. We're ahead of Calgary, San Jose, and Los Angeles. And we're behind Colorado. Well, technically we're tied for 11th with Colorado. So, yeah. Looks like the conference is kind of weak. Oh yeah, because our conference is weak. Like, look at this. Jeez. The Western Conference sucks. The Eastern Conference must be stacked as hell. Alright, well, it's time to go to December. Well, what can I say? We're literally the exact same team. Completely mediocre. At least we are better than we were last year, I guess, but that's not really saying much. We're 16, 17, and 5. Alright, so we start off the month by losing to Columbus. Then we beat Arizona, or well, Phoenix at the time. In fact, I think this is the first year that the Coyotes were considered Arizona. I think, but I'm not 100% sure. Did they change their name to Arizona in 2015 or 2016? I'm pretty sure it was the 2015-16 season, but I have to look again. Alright, so then we beat St. Louis, and lost to Colorado, then beat Colorado, and lost to Winnipeg, then beat Buffalo, then lost to Boston. Lost to Chicago, and then we were off for literally like 5 days, then beat Detroit to end off the month in 2015. Yippee. I feel like our goalie has definitely have improved a little bit, I guess. Not really much. Whatever. Hey, we jump up positions again. We're in 3rd place in our division. So I think we are slowly improving. How much? Not by much, but hey, at least it's, again, at least it's going better than it was last year. I will honestly take it. Alright, so we're ahead of Colorado and Calgary. We're behind Vancouver. And we had 37 points and Vancouver has 39 points. So they're ahead of us by 2. And Edmonton's leading the division and then 46 points. So how do we did in our last 10 games? We're 5-4-1, so we're 11th place in the Western Conference. We're behind Phoenix and Vancouver by 2 points. We're ahead of Colorado, Los Angeles, Calgary, and San Jose. So, yeah, we're definitely improving. Just keep moving spots. Maybe if we get lucky, maybe we can jump off to the playoff spot. because the 8th seed is Columbus right now. They have 41 points. We have 37, so yeah, we're only 4 points behind a playoff spot. So yeah, we could definitely make the playoffs if everything goes right for the rest of the season. I'm actually kind of shocked. Only 4 points out of the playoff spot. Alright, so now we're in 2016. 2016 was actually 10 years ago. It's considered one of the best years ever. At least in the 21st century. And yeah, 2016 was definitely an awesome year. I remember it very well. If there's one year I would definitely go back to in time, it would be 2016. It was like probably the best year of my life. Like, it was just so good. It was a lot better than 2015, because 2015 to me was like the worst year of my life. But 2016 definitely improved a lot. Also, The Loud House aired in 2016, not till May. We had no idea it existed back then. So yeah, I cannot believe that. And then 10 years from now, it will be 2026, the current year. And by the time I start doing that, it will probably be 27 when I do that. Alright, so let's see how we do in January. I hope we improve. Let's have a good month, please, Minnesota. I'll be happy. I'll be happy if we get like 6 wins. Alright, we had a good start to start off 2016 by beating New Jersey. Holy crap, we actually had a good January. We are 24, 21, and 6. Oh my god, I actually cannot believe. I wonder if we're actually close to a playoff spot. And look, Buffalo and Winnipeg made a trade. Winnipeg acquires a first-round pick from Buffalo. Buffalo acquires a second-round pick and another second-round pick from Winnipeg. So basically just draft swap. Alright, look at this. We started hot to start off January, winning winning 5 of our first 6 games of 2016. And we kind of cooled off a little bit here, but not by much. Yeah, and then we ended off the month very strongly. I said I was happy if we get 6 wins. Let's see how we got. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We won 8 games in January. We definitely improved. I like this season already. Let's take a look at the standings to see where we're at. Once again, we jumped positions again. As we have 54 points, tied with Vancouver, and we're ahead of Colorado and Calgary. The only team that's behind us is Edmonton. They have 57 points. If we keep winning, we could actually be in the lead in the division. We're only behind Edmonton by 3 points. 3 points for the Northwest Division. Man, our division is incredibly weak. I swear to God. Alright, so how did we do in our last 10 games? We're 6-3-1, so we're definitely not a bad team. Or we're one of those improved teams compared to we were last year. This is awesome. Let's go. I really like this season a lot. But Vancouver is also just as hot as we are. So we'll see what happens. We might actually make the playoffs. I can't believe it. Alright, let's take a look how we are in the Western Conference so far. We're in 8th place in the Western Conference. That means we are in the playoffs right now. If we were to be playing in the playoffs right now, we'll be playing against the Detroit Red Wings, and holy crap, they are good. Like, look at their last 10 games. They have 10 wins, 10 straight wins. Let's see how many points we have. Well, everyone else has. Detroit has 79 points. So we're in. We have 54 points. We're tied with Vancouver and Anaheim for the last playoff spot, but I think we hold tiebreaker over them, probably because of regulation wins or something. I'm not really sure. I cannot believe we're actually in the playoffs right now. Alright, so now we're in February, so you all know the drill by now. I'm not going to sim till the end of February. I'm actually going to sim to the trade deadline. Then I'm going to do the trade deadline, and then I'll show you guys how to do in February. So let's do it. Alright guys, we made it to the trade deadline, and as you can see, we're 35 and 25 and 6, but I'll talk about the record afterwards. After the trade deadline. So hey, howdy, it's your boss here. Today is the trade deadline. Do you want to do some last minute trading? Yes, let's do it. So yeah, we're actually doing very well. We actually might make the playoffs because we're 10 games ahead from losses. We have 35 and 25. We're 35 and 25 and 6, which is pretty good. I think we can make some serious noises. And there's really not much so far. No trades happened. I got 2 trades. Calgary offered me a trade and Philadelphia's offered me a trade. So let's look at Calgary first. What's the other asking me? Devin Seniguchi. Actually, I don't think I'm going to trade Devin Seniguchi. I think he's good. Well, let's take a look at this guy and see. No. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to trade him. Unless I get like a good return, then maybe. Stanley Heatley and Sam O'Reilly. Okay, for this guy, and a 4th round pick. $29 points. Okay, how about him? He has 13 points. So it looks like it's a penalty taker. How does Stanley Heatley been? 55 points. It's kind of steep. Oh, Ryan O'Reilly. I thought it said Sam O'Reilly. Yeah. I'm gonna say no. I that's kind of steep if you ask me. Calgary's calling me again. Devin Seniguchi for this guy. That's the same guy they offered me earlier, right? Give me a 1st round pick. And, maybe. Yeah, okay. Okay, there's a couple of trades. Fred McNabb. 4 teams are offering me a trade. Los Angeles, Winnipeg, Boston, and who's the last one? Calgary. Alright, let's do Winnipeg first. Stanley Heatley, Devin Seniguchi. Oh, really? And offer me both of them? Okay, let's see how each of these guys are doing. 22 points. Rob, 11 points. Matt Glory, 14 points. Okay, let's look at, okay, he's an AHL player, so let's see how he's doing. 41 points in the AHL, alright. How about this guy? 10 points. First round. Alright. They offered me that trade. I just want a player for draft picks. Yeah, you can have it. You can have him. Just have extra draft picks. Alright, Boston, let's see what you want. Stanley Heatley for 2 younger guys. Dan Saxton, and whatever that guy is. 21 points, minus 8. Okay, how about you? 12 points. How about a third rounder for him? No deal? Alright. And Calgary. Devastating Gucci and this guy, a 21-year-old kid. We've done literally nothing. The same guy to ask me like 3 times. Yeah, that's the same guy to ask me like 3 times. No, Calgary. That's a terrible deal. Ooh, Los Angeles. Ian Cole is going to Toronto, St. Louis. Oh my god, 5 teams are offering me a trade. The Rangers, the Jets, the Ducks, the Bruins, and Blue Jackets. I'm going to go to the Ducks first. I don't know why I picked the Ducks first. Stanley Heatley for this guy, 34. He's probably in the AHL. Yeah, he's in the NHL, but he's actually not too bad. Okay, this guy, Dylan McDonald. He has 4 points, but he's a minus 10. And this guy, I'm guessing, is injured. 8 points. Xavier Tane. He hasn't done anything. Might not be a bad trade, but I might want to throw something. Here, how about this? Wait, we thought our trade offer what you want was fair, but you... So they said no, did they? Devin Seniguchi for this guy for a 4th round pick. Ryan Collin, okay. How does he have be? 23 points. Second round might be fair. Alright. Acceptable. The Rangers took it. I think the Rangers took it. Stanley Heatley. And now Winnipeg offered me Stanley Heatley. I should probably get a replacement for Stanley Heatley. Or for Devin Seniguchi now that I think about it. Yeah, I probably should. Now that I think about it. No, I'm not gonna do that. Alright, Columbus. Jacob Moore. Oh, John Moore, sorry. 27 points. Okay. Third. Nope. No, not him. No, I'm not doing it. Alright, what about you, Boston? Isn't that like the same trade you were offering me and I said no? Alright. Oh, wait, that was the trade deadline. Okay, I was hoping to actually do one more trade to replace Devin Seniguchi, but I guess not. Oh boy, I hope this not bite me in the ass. I hope we still make the playoffs. Alright, well, anyway, let's see how he did in February. We're 35, 25, and 6. So we definitely... February was definitely the best month we had this season. So, let's see. We were okay to start off. We were 2-2. Then we beat Edmonton and Chicago. So we were on a 4-game winning streak, 6-game winning streak. Then kind of lost these games, and we beat Colorado and Calgary. So yeah, what an improvement. Definitely one of the hottest teams in the league. All right, let's take a look at the standings, see where we are. Oh my God, we're in first place in our division. I swear, we started off the season in 5th place, then we went to 4th place, then 3rd place, then 2nd place. Now we're at the top of our division. We actually passed Edmonton. We have 76 points, they have 75 points, but they can still easily take the division from us. And same thing with Vancouver. And I think it's safe to say that Colorado and Calgary are both done for the season. Let's take a look and see how we did in our last 10 games. We're 8-2. Yeah, definitely a huge improvement. Let's go. Alright, where are we in the conference? We're the 3rd seed in the Western Conference due to us leading our division. So yeah, if you ignore the actual division stuff, we're technically in 4th place in the Western Conference, but again, due to the division rules, which is why we're the 3rd best team in the Western Conference, even though technically that's not true. You know, I really hope that trading Devin Seniguchi does not end up biting me in the ass. But then again, when I trade one of our players, or it was a couple of players, when I was with the Kings, I thought that was going to bite us in the ass, and it didn't. We actually won the Stanley Cup because of it, so maybe it might work out. But we'll see. And plus, the part of the reason why I did it is because so people can stop asking me. And I did not think that trade was actually going to go through. I probably should have thrown a 3rd round pick, maybe even 5th round pick. I just wasn't thinking about it. Alright. And how we did to start March, so far we're 2-1 so far in March. So now at this point we're just going to sim for the rest of the season. Alright, so let's do it. See how we did for the rest of the season. Would we end up making the playoffs? I think we're definitely in the playoffs, but not sure just yet. Okay, I'm definitely kind of worried because we had a great February and a little bit of March, and then we kind of just taper off a little bit. But hey, we got 40 wins, so I don't know. I don't think we won our division, but 40 points is, you're kind of likely to make the playoffs. I don't know. We've ended off the 2015-2016 season with 40 wins, 34 losses, and 8 overtime losses. So we're 40, 34, and 8. So let's see how we did from the trade deadline onwards. Yeah, not so great. Oh my God, we were on a 5-game losing streak, and then we won 2 straight, 3 straight, then lost 3 straight, 4 straight, 5, 6. We lost 6 straight games, but we ended off the last game of the season with a win against Detroit, one of the best teams in the conference. Yeah, 52 wins. 52. Oh no, I'm actually quite worried. That 6-game losing streak would probably be the cause if we missed the playoffs. So, let's sim and hopefully we make the playoffs. I don't know if we made the playoffs. I really hope we did. You done what I asked and earned 40 wins for the Minnesota Wild, the organization team. I'm expecting a bit more out of next year, but I'm sure you'll be delivered. Keep it up. So, did we miss the playoffs? I think we missed the playoffs. We missed the playoffs. That 6-game losing streak killed us. And maybe trading Devin Seniguchi away probably wasn't the best idea either. Oh look, the Rangers didn't make the playoffs, so I actually feel kind of better about that. Oh my God, if we didn't lose 6 straight losses, if we didn't lose 6 straight games, I think we would have been in the playoffs. I really do. So Vancouver ends up taking that division, and then Edmonton also made the playoffs. So, yeah. So, where did we finish? We finished 3rd place in our division. Finished with 88 points. Damn it, I was right. That 6-game losing streak killed us. So how do we do in our last 10 games of the season? I really don't want to know, but I'm going to check anyway. 4-4-2. Just absolutely pathetic. Where do we finish in the conference? We finish 9th. We finished 10th in the conference. We finished 10th in the conference. And we missed the playoffs by 1 freaking point. 1 freaking point. Oh my freaking God. I really thought we were going to make the playoffs. And we had our lead in our division for a little bit. And like I said, that 6-game losing streak completely killed us. If we would have won, like, I don't know, maybe like 3 games from that, probably would have been in the playoffs. But now it's going to be like a what-if scenario. But like I said, the Rangers didn't make the playoffs either, so trading away Devin Seniguchi, I'm actually not as mad as I thought it was going to be. I thought I was going to be like really pissed, but they didn't make the playoffs, so let's take a look and see where they finish. I'm actually curious. They finished 2nd to last in the Eastern Conference. So, no, I don't really feel bad for trading away Devin Seniguchi. I can't believe that we missed the playoffs. I was really hoping to play hockey again. I haven't played since February in this game when I won the Stanley Cup with the Los Angeles Kings, but nope, that ended up not happening. Alright, so let's take a look at the playoff tree for 2026. And I'm still pissed that we missed the playoffs. So, in the Western Conference, the number 1 seed is the Detroit Red Wings. They're playing against the 8 seed Nashville Predators. The number 2 seed is the Dallas Stars, and they're playing against the number 7 seed, the Los Angeles Kings. So the Kings made the playoffs for the first time since I left them and got them the Stanley Cup in 2013. And the 3 seed, our division winners, the Vancouver Canucks, are playing against the 6 seed San Jose Sharks. And the 4th seed belongs to the Chicago Blackhawks, and they're playing against the 5th seed Edmonton Oilers. In the Eastern Conference, we got the number 1 seed Pittsburgh Penguins playing against the number 8 seed Winnipeg Jets. Now remember, folks, I know some people are going to be very confused by this, and like I said before, this was back when the Jets were in the Eastern Conference, because this was the first season that they moved from Atlanta to Winnipeg. So, which is why they're in the Eastern Conference at the time. Which, by the way, in 2016, they're already been in the Western Conference by now. Then we got the number 2 seed Carolina Hurricanes, and they're playing against the number 7 seed Montreal Canadiens. Then we got the number 3 seed, the Buffalo Sabres, and they're playing against the number 6 seed New Jersey Devils. And we got the number 4 seed Washington Capitals, and they're playing against the number 5 seed Toronto Maple Leafs. Now, has Toronto ever made the playoffs since I started this series? I actually don't remember. I think they did like once, but I don't remember. So we'll see what happens in the playoffs. I won't be playing again because I haven't played in the playoffs since February. It's been 3 months now, so hopefully I get it again in June. Alright, we're gonna sim to draft day. That's when I usually like to sim. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna sim to draft day. And before we go to the draft, we'll go look at the playoffs for the 2016 season. Yeah, I don't care about the AHL. Oh, it looks like my AHL team made the playoffs. But I don't care about the AHL playoffs. Would it be cool if they actually did win? Whatever their trophy is called. Okay, well, it looks like they got eliminated. Alright, and your Stanley Cup champion is the Montreal Canadiens. And your Calder Cup champion is the Birmingham Senators, which I believe is the Ottawa Senators AHL affiliate. So yeah, the Montreal Canadiens won their 20... Wait, did they... Hold on. Did they win back-to-back Stanley Cup champions? Because I think they won... I'm pretty sure they were the Stanley Cup champions last year in the last month. I have to look that up, so let me do that real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, yes, the Montreal Canadiens did win last year, so that means they are back-to-back Stanley Cup champions, which means this is their 26th Stanley Cup in franchise history. They just need one more Stanley Cup, and then they tied with the most champions in the entire North America with the New York Yankees, which have 27. So, for the first time ever, we have a back-to-back Stanley Cup champions in this series. And here's all the retired players. Nicholas Backstrom. Oh, it looks like the goalie I signed retired, and Nicholas Backstrom, who was our original goalie, but then I let go of free agency because he was going to retire. Alright, here are centers. Patrick Morrow? Retired? Dude, he's gonna be in another league for like 6 more years after this. I'm surprised he retired. Here are the right wingers. Maria Hossa, who won't retire for another... I think he retired in 2019? I don't 100% remember. Joe War, I remember Joe War. Brian Boyles, Martin Egac, I think I remember him. Michael Ryder, who won the Stanley Cup with the Boston Bruins. Tim Jackman, I think I remember Tim Jackman. He was with the St. Louis Blues at the time. Here is left wingers. Patrick Sharp, who retired next year in real life. So kind of close accurate. Rafi Torres, I think he was already out of the league before the season even concluded. Because I remember when he played in the preseason game, when he destroyed Jakob Silverberg, he got suspended for like 41 games and then he was never seen again. Matt Cook, I remember him. He was with the Pittsburgh Penguins, wasn't he? Defense that I've retired. So Daniel Chara won't retire for like another 6 years. I think he retired did he retire the same year Patrick Moore or the year after? I think it was the year after. Randy Jones, Derek Morris, Rob Sagari, who was a former LA King, and I think it was with me. So we can look at his career stats. No, I do not care about the prospect tournament. Howdy, it's your assistant coach here. I set up prospect game to see if I could spot anywhere. Here are my top 5 picks, what I saw. Left winger, right winger, defenseman, left winger, defenseman. Okay. Alright, now let's look at the playoffs, see how they did. The Montreal Canadiens swept the Vancouver Canucks. And they were the 7th seed again. No way. They were the 17s in back-to-back seasons and they won the Stanley Cup. That's insane. Alright, let's take a look at the Western Conference first. So, an upset. The 8th seed Nashville Predators defeated the number 1 seed Detroit Red Wings 4-1. And then the Dallas Stars, as expected, thank God the Kings didn't win that series, beat the LA Kings 4-3 in 7. Then the Vancouver Canucks beat the 6th seed San Jose Sharks, thank God, in 5 games. They won 4-1. And Edmonton beat Chicago. The 5th seed beat the 4th seed. 5th seed Edmonton, 4th seed Chicago. They won 4-2 at 6. And then the 8th seed Nashville Predators surprised everyone again by sweeping the number 2 seed Dallas Stars. Holy crap, they're having a run. And they even made it to the Western Conference Finals in real life until later on, until next year. And then the number 3 seed Vancouver Canucks defeated the number 5 seed Edmonton Oilers 4-3. And then the Western Conference Finals, the Vancouver Canucks, which were the 3 seed, defeated the number 8 seed Nashville Predators 4-1. Let's look at the Eastern Conference. As I expected, the number 1 seed Pittsburgh Penguins defeated the 8 seed Winnipeg Jets by sweeping them 4-0. Then the Montreal Canadiens upset the Carolina Hurricanes, which, fun fact guys, as I'm recording this, these two teams are actually meeting each other right now in the Eastern Conference Finals. Anyway, Montreal defeated the number 7 seed Montreal Canadiens defeated the number 2 seed Carolina Hurricanes 4-1 in 5. Then the Buffalo Sabres, the number 3 seed, defeated the number 6 seed New Jersey Devils in 7, 4-3. And Toronto cannot make it past the first round. They defeated the number 4 seed Washington Capitals defeated the number 5 seed Toronto Maple Leafs 4-3 and 7. I wonder how one of those people I talked to on my community tab feels about this, if he watches my videos, which I don't know if he does. Then we got the number 7th seed upset the Pittsburgh Penguins, who are the number 1 seed, in 6 games. They won 4-2. And the Buffalo Sabres defeated the number 4 seed Washington Capitals. That's the 3 seed Buffalo Sabres move on to the Eastern Conference Finals, won in 6 games, 4-2. And then in the Eastern Conference Finals, the number 7 seed again defeated the number 3 seed Buffalo Sabres in 7 in games, 4-3. So the Montreal Canadiens defeated the number 2 seed, then the number 1 seed, and the number 3 seed. That's incredible. Like, the Los Angeles Kings in 2012 defeated the number 1 seed, the number 2 seed, and the number 3 seed in the Western Conference. In order. The Montreal Canadiens defeated the top 3 Eastern Conference teams that season. And then in the Stanley Cup Finals, the Montreal Canadiens, who were the 7th seed, defeated the number 3 seed Vancouver Canucks by sweeping them 4-0. So the Montreal Canadiens have their 26th Stanley Cup champion in franchise history. And that was the 2016 Stanley Cup playoffs according to NHL 12. Now let's look at the team stats and see if I have an idea of who I really need. I know one of them I need is actually goaltending. I know one of them I actually need is goaltending. Alright, here you go, folks. Okay. Jonas Brown has 4 goals and 32 assists for 36 points. He had a pretty solid year. Kyle had 2 goals and 3 assists. Oh, I forgot to look at price max. He was a minus 10. Okay, so remember 9, and he was a plus 1. Ryan had 13 goals and 19 assists for 32 points, and he was a minus 17. Daniel had 13 goals, 20 assists for 33 points, was a minus 10. A different Kyle had 6 goals, 5 assists for 11 points, and was a minus 10. This guy literally did nothing, but he did have 2 penalty minutes, so I'm guessing he's a rookie. Kobe had 4 goals, 7 assists for 11 points, and was a plus 3. Oliver Ekman-Larsson had 8 goals, 43 assists for 51 points, and was a plus 21. So yeah, he's having a really great time with us. I'm so glad I traded for him. Simon Gagne had 2 goals, 4 assists for 6 points and was a minus 7. This guy had 25 goals, 38 assists for 63 points. So he had a monsters year, but he was a minus 14. Danley Heatley had 37 goals, 28 assists for 65 points, and was a plus 13. The Wild Legend guy, who I can never say his name, had 16 goals, 82 assists for 98 points, and it was a plus 12. Dude, this guy had a monstrous season. And honestly, looking at the plus minuses, I can definitely see why this team missed the playoffs. This guy had 28 goals, 23 assists for 51 points, and was a minus 5. This guy had 8 goals, 6 assists for 15 points, and was a minus 6. Paul Martin had 5 goals, 28 assists for 33 points, so he had a pretty solid year. Okay, minus that, minus 2. Ryan O'Reilly had 15 goals, 20 assists for 36 points, was a plus 8. This guy literally did nothing and was a minus 7. Jeff Petrie had 4 goals, 14 assists for 16 points, and was a minus 2. Zach Phillips had 7 goals, 5 assists for 12 points, and was a minus 12. Tommy Pratt had 2 goals, 9 assists for 11 points, and was a minus 9. Chris Terry had 9 goals, 11 points for 20 points, and was a minus 1. Okay, so how did our goalies do? Okay, our main starter was Peter Boudoir. He played 65 games, had a 2.48 goals against average, and he was 32 wins, 24 losses. His save percentage was 9.912, which, I mean, the save percentage is pretty good, but the goals against, not so much. This guy, Drew, he played 4 games, he was 3.65 goals against average. All of them were losses, didn't record a single win, and save percentage was .867, so not very good. But his goals against average is pretty solid. And then this guy, Dustin, played 22 games, was 2.84 goals against average, posted a 7-9 record. Save percentage was .902, so I don't know if goaltending was really our problem. So probably our goaltending was really our main problem. I think we could maybe work to improve like the forwards a little bit and maybe like add a defenseman, but yeah, I think our main problem is goaltending. You guys know what this means now. It's time to go to the 2016 NHL draft, where the Toronto Maple Leafs had the first overall pick. I'll say they don't this time. It's during the playoffs. And who did they take? Austin Matthews. Yes, it's been 10 years since Austin Matthews was drafted. I cannot believe it. I still remember when he got drafted. That was the last time my parents went to the draft in Buffalo, New York. Yeah, they actually did. My dad hasn't been there since. He also been to the one in LA, Minnesota, Pittsburgh, New Jersey, Philadelphia. So he's been to 6 of them. Alright, so we have a first round pick. I think we picked 11th overall. Ottawa's offered me a trade, so let's see what they have, or they're offering. Second round pick for this guy. 4th round pick. Maybe I'll just do it just something. Yeah, he played the NHL. Yeah, I'll just do it. It's not really. I mean, the second round pick, yeah, whatever. I don't really care. I only care about the first round pick. Let's see who's the best one available. The defenseman. Oh my god, there's so many. They're stacked with defense. So, let's see. This guy. He's from USA, Canada, USA, Sweden, Canada, Canada, Canada. I'm gonna take this guy. Okay, I just traded away my second round pick, and the Autumn Centers have it. Oh, my old team LA Kings are offering me a trade. Let's see what it is. Please be a good one. A third round pick for Ken, this guy, for Brent Andrews. Let's see how he's doing. AHL, he has 3 goals, 8 assists for 11 points, was +1 in the AHL. He's 23, so basically just like a minor league slump for a 3rd round pick. See how he's doing. Yeah, 71 goals, 71 games played, 8 goals, 17 assists for 25 points. Ooh, actually, that'd be a little too much. How about you give me a 5th rounder? No deal? Alright. That seemed to really be a fair trade, honestly. I forgot to show. So this what happened in the first round. This what happened in the second round. Time to move on to the 3rd round, which I don't have a 3rd round pick. I might have traded it somewhere, I don't remember. The Kings are calling me again. Okay, it's pretty much the same deal with, except for a different guy. No. You know what, LA? I might have an idea for a trade. This may cost me a little bit, but it might be worth it. I don't know if this is gonna work, but it doesn't hurt to try. Holy crap, I have so many picks. Okay. This may or may not work, but I don't know. I'll try. So, first and second for this guy, Peter Dubois, or Peter Dubois, whatever you say his name. Maybe, do I think assuming they still have him. I'm not sure. Yeah, they do. Jonathan Quick. Oh, yeah, no, I don't want this guy. I want Jonathan Quick. Yes, they actually accepted it. Let's go. I trade a first and second round pick, a player that I probably wasn't going to do that much anyway, and Peter Boudreau for Jonathan Quick. Well, I guess I don't need to go free agency for a draft anymore. Well, it's like I don't need to go to free agency after all, because I finally have a goalie that can actually make saves. Because I did have a 22 goalie, I was like, I really don't want to trade him. I'd rather keep him to, like, you know, potentially be like the goalie of the future. Alright, so I do have a 4th round pick. This is what happened in the 3rd round. And then I have 2 4th round picks. I have the 10th and the 16th pick. Look at this. This is what I got for Jonathan Quick. No, not that one, this one. LA Flyers tired Peter Dubois and 2 draft picks. 1st and 2nd round in, I think it's 2018 draft for Jonathan Quick. Oh, Florida's calling me. Let's see what they want. Brendan for this guy and a 4th round pick. Let's see how he did. No, he had 40 points in the AHL. No, hell no, I'm keeping him. Unless, like, he's better. Let's figure it out. No, really isn't. And here, give me a second for that. Yeah, of course you're gonna say no to that because it's a terrible trade, Florida. Okay. I want to take a winger, so I'll take this guy. I'll take a winger, and I gotta pick. Guy. Yeah, I'll take Guy. Here's what happened in the 4th round. In the 5th round, I have 3 5th round picks. I have the 1st pick of the 5th round, and I have 2 back-to-back 5th round picks. Alright, any more trades? No? Alright. Yeah, I'll take the center. Okay, I think I know who I'm gonna take. Yeah, I'm gonna take the top 2 defensemen in this one. So him and him from this guy from Ukraine. There we go. So here's what happened in the 5th round. And I only have one 6th round pick. So the Czech Republic, Slovakia. I'm gonna take the winger from Slovakia. So here's what happened in the 6th round. Now it's time to do the 7th round, which I only have one 7th round pick. You know, for fun, let's just go to a random team and see if they'll like trade your 7th round pick for my 7th round pick. And I'm gonna stop here. San Jose. Alright. 7th round, my 7th round for your 7th round. Would they take it? No? Okay, I just want to do it for fun. Alright, and yeah, I'll just take the Finnish guy. Alright, here's what happened in the 7th round. And that is everything. Yeah, I'd say we had a pretty solid draft or something. I don't know, I'm not familiar with it. Now it's time to go to, I think the biggest accomplishment is actually getting a goalie and actually trade for one, because I tried like 3 times to try to sign a goalie long term and nobody would take it. Like, I tried to sign 2 RFA goalies, they didn't sign. And then I tried to sign another one, he went for a different team, so I got really annoyed. Oh look, Jake Allen is there. No, he's supposed to be the best goalie of the draft, and then Jonathan Contry is supposed to be the best player available in free agency, and then Evander Kane. So yeah, now I have $25 million of cap space. My average age is 29 years old, so yeah, it's kind of old. But let's go to re-signing phase. And now you guys know the drill as I do it now. Just speed run, but I'm gonna speed up the footage. And then, so yeah, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Okay, I just got through everybody. It's time to go to June 30th. And the most important player that I'm trying to sign is Jonathan Quick. So actually, I should probably do the 27 just in case. Stayed. Zach Phillips stayed. Okay, those are not important players. The most important one is Jonathan Quick. one more day. Actually, no, I should probably make sure Jonathan Quick signs with me. Because I'm trying to make sure he signs with me. Okay, thank God I have Jonathan Quick. And that's really the only person I cared. Alright. That is it. Alright, everybody, that is going to be the end of today's video of the 2015-2016 NHL 12 season. Unfortunately, we didn't make the playoffs again, and which means it's the third year in a row that I missed the playoffs, because I haven't made the playoffs since February 2013. But we were so close to making the playoffs, as we only missed the playoffs, I believe, by 1 point. But next year, I did let go some centers, so hopefully I can actually sign some centers and actually do things like, look at this. Joe Fortin is the best center available than Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, although he's probably an RFA at the time. We'll see. I don't really have much else to say. Is that next year I really hope that we make the playoffs. I think trade for Jonathan Quick definitely helped. And look at my average age now, 27 and a half. Yeah, letting go some aging centers, because most of them are like in their early 30s, was definitely the right move. But I'll hopefully to get some more centers. Like Joe Fortin is, I don't know what his age is at this time. I know he's like somewhere in his 30s, maybe close to his 40s. So yeah, I gotta focus on that. But I'll figure it out in the next month. So the next month will be June for the 2016-2017 season. And this 2017 was the NHL game that actually got me back into the NHL series in the first place. Because after NHL 12, after NHL 14, I took a 3-year hiatus. I did not buy any NHL games until NHL 27. And that's when I got back into the series. And ever since NHL 17, I've been buying NHL games every year ever since. Oh, of course, I went back and got some old games as well. So, I don't really have much to say. Without being said, thank you guys so much for watching this section. If you like this, please hit that like button and subscribe. It's very fun to make these videos, even though they do take kind of long to edit and stuff, but still fun. So, wish me luck, and hopefully I make the playoffs next year. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye, everyone, and have a great day.